Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer at Oregon Coast Wasabi, and today's video is about Wasabi Plant Starts. We offer them for sale on our website, and so we thought we would tell you a little bit about them. Wasabi has a reputation of being a really difficult plant to grow, but actually it grows great. You can grow it right in your own backyard. We are in Oregon, and we actually grow it in our front yard, and we grow it in wine barrels underneath some big trees, and I'll tell you why we grow it under the trees in a minute. So these are some Wasabi Plant Starts. So if you order them through our website, this is what you're going to get. It's got some roots down here. These are trimmed leaf stems, and we ship them bare root with a little bit of coconut fiber because they seem to do best. It keeps the moisture level nice, and that way when you plant them, the plant grows really long leaves, and if we trim them off, it's much easier for you to plant them, and they tend to do a lot better that way. So these little guys are only probably a couple months old. They grow as offshoots as part of larger plants. This guy to my right here is probably about a 14-month-old plant. So I want you to take a look at this. This is what you're going to start with, one of these little guys. You're going to put it in a pot, and if you're going to keep it for a long time in the pot, we recommend a 2 to 3 gallon size pot. So this little guy is just sort of for demonstration purposes. But this one has been growing for probably about 4 weeks. So you can see that the leaf stems have developed. It's starting to grow the leaves. And this is what it's going to look like after a few weeks. And then after about 14 months or so, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a really nice sized plant with lots of edible leaves. So while your plant is growing and you're waiting for the rhizome, because that's what mostly the people buy them for, you're gonna have a big dinner party with friends and you want the rhizome. While you're waiting for that to happen, you can cut off these leaves and eat them. So just keep trimming the leaves, because the plants are actually a perennial. They grow year round and they don't go dormant. So a lot like kale, they're gonna just keep producing the leaves. So you guys just keep snipping these leaves off, use it in all sorts of things, and the plant's gonna keep growing them. So this plant also here, I kept these leaves on. I want to show you something. So if you don't trim off the leaves and eat them, eventually some of the leaves will start to die off. And you can see these yellow leaves down here. This is totally normal. So I don't want you to be worried if your plant starts to have some dying leaves. It's totally normal for the plant, because the plant can actually only have so many leaves at a time. So if you want to, just for ornamental purposes, you can just pull these leaves off. Otherwise, if you trim your leaves and eat them, you won't actually have any yellow leaves. People also ask us, when the plants are about this size in a pot, there's plenty of offshoots in here, so you can take the plant out of the pot and pull off the offshoots and transplant them, and then you'll have way more wasabi than you ever needed. You can give them away to your friends. And also, one last thing, super easy to pot these guys. They just really like well-drained potting soil. So you want to use anything that you can find at the garden store that is a good potting soil with some perlite in it. Use that. People think that wasabi is a water plant, is an aquatic plant, but it's actually not. So you don't want to overwater them, and that's why they like well-drained soil. So don't overwater. Water them like you would lettuce. So keep them a little bit damp. If they dry out, you're going to be able to tell from the leaves, just like lettuce. The leaves are going to get wilty. Give it a little bit of water, it'll be fine overnight. And then enjoy. Eat the leaves, and when the rhizome's ready, eat the rhizome. One more thing, these plants can't take direct sun. They can take some filtered sun in the morning, especially when it's cooler, but not direct sun. So the shade that we're in right now is perfect for wasabi plants. So you want to put them in that place in your garden. You can grow them under trees where it's shady and maybe you're not growing other vegetables. Or we have people that put them in pots and put them on their front porches or even under their decks. So you want to make sure they're in the shade. So summary, wasabi plants are easy to grow. They grow edible leaves year-round. All they need is some really good, well-drained potting soil and some shade, and that's it. And then enjoy.